successful.
The Salmon Recovery Office in our state is unique. No other state has such a grassroots setup to help bring back an endangered species. And the numbers for endangered salmon are not yet where scientists hoped they would be when Governor Gary Locke established the agency back in 1999. The agency's newest director still repeats and believes in the mantra from 2 decades ago: extinction is not an option.
We need to invest in keeping that environment, and it doesn't come free.
In his blank-walled office, Eric Netherland can still count his time running the Office of Salmon Recovery in hours. His new gig, implementing federally approved recovery plans for endangered and threatened salmon, steelhead, and bull trout through coordinating the efforts of 25 community-based watershed groups in the state and 7 regional organizations.
The work we've done has been hard, but the work in front of us, I would say, is even harder. And it's going to take a while. It took us 100 years to get here.
But time isn't really on the side for those species still on the brink of extinction and those many others that rely on them for survival, like our Puget Sound orcas. And since his office and staff of 4 on the 6th floor of the Department of Conservation has no real executive authority to wield, Netherland says he knows the work ahead will be a battle of hearts and minds.
It does require us to get out into and have that dialogue with the folks that are on the ground. And there may be some hard decisions, but we have to understand what all the stakeholders' needs are, right? So we might have to get to a hard decision, but we can't make that decision from here in Olympia.
He thinks tough decisions lie ahead for all of us, from how do we grow the region while polluting less, and how to develop shorelines that work for people and fish, balancing environmental needs with economic ones.
Every one of us has to be committed.
He says the fact that only 3 of 6 needed habitat fixes in Mason County's Skokomish Valley got funding from the legislature this spring shows how hard it is to get money for the environment when going up against other worthy causes like law enforcement, schools, or mental health.
That's where the rubber hits the road.
The Florida native fell in love with the environment at an early age, and when he moved to the Pacific Northwest in the mid-90s, he found a new passion working as a fish biologist.
Seeing the spawning salmon in the rivers and these small creeks was tens of thousands of fish, so that was when I was really hooked.
Netherland is no stranger to Olympia or the creatures he's trying to save. He has 8 years at the State Fish and Wildlife Department under his belt, finishing up there as a science director and policy lead for salmon recovery.
No matter who you talk to, nobody wants a salmon to go extinct.
Netherland says since our state takes a grassroots watershed approach to salmon recovery, regular folks can get involved by just seeing what kind of habitat restoration volunteer opportunities are available. And he says often they're within walking distance of your own house. He says it's these grassroots efforts that inspire him most of all, and also will make the efforts to save our salmon succeed in the end. I'm Tim Joyce, Q13 News.